Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another live stream a couple weeks away from training camp. And familiar face in the building, man. We got my guy TP in the
Yo,
building.
yo,
What's
what up?
happening,
What
brother?
up? I can't call it, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for training camp. That's all I know.
Listen,
That is for sure.
I've been waiting for training camp at this point, and we still 2 weeks removed from it, but we can start chatting it up a bit about position battles, about things we're looking
Hmm.
forward to, and as the season turns up, man. But how's everything been, bro? How's everything been in terms of your hype level for the Giants? Has anything changed since the
Yo,
last time we
man.
spoke?
I'm so like I'm not gonna lie. The hopium is there. Like I'm all in this year. I'm all in. It's funny because me and my wife we plan out like our football seasons like throughout the year, and I try to do one game, at least one game a year. And
Mm.
and everybody knows on my channel, I put out that game day vlog, and I was honestly, man, I was sitting back and I was talking to my wife. I'm like, okay, what's the chances that we can make it up top to New Jersey, and we could, at least visit one of these training camp days, because I'm just so like excited and hyped about what I believe this training camp is going to be as far as competition, position battles, and just the energy and everybody being all bought in. Is that I think that it's going to be worth, you know, seeing it live and getting the energy of the fans, and even my kids, they have a good time when they're in training camps and all that. So I don't know, man. I'm just ready, man. I'm excited for it all.
That's super dope. I was actually going to ask you literally that next question was if you plan to go for training camp. Um,
Yeah.
because I'm actually looking to go to one of the training camps too. I don't know which one
Okay.
I'm going to end up popping out to.
Oh
But
man.
I'm down
See?
here. I'm down here in Central Florida, so it's a
Yeah,
little bit
yeah,
behind.
right.
But I think I might take a day trip. We're gonna see. We're gonna see because I'm right
Man.
there with you. Shout out to my guy Just One in the chat saying what's good, fellas.
Just
Once
one.
again, reminder: we read every single chat in the building, man. Type up your chats. If you have any questions, feel free. If you want to chat about something, feel free. Shout out to my guy Big Task in the building. Salute to Juke Man, the
Big
TP and the
task.
crew. Come
Mm.
on, it's almost that season, man. It's almost that season.
Ooh.
I'm already a little hype about it, but
Let's go.
let's jump straight into it, man. Let's jump straight into it right now, talking about the state of this team. We
Mm.
didn't really speak ever since they started doing little mini camps, and you've been
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
reports about Jackson Dart, and there's a false report about him not having a great day. And then you see him getting reps with the ones, the twos, the threes, everything that you can see. And now we got people on main media talking about Jackson Dart starting pretty soon. What do
Yeah.
you think with Jackson Dart and all this noise that's coming around his name right now?
So like for those who don't know, like I was a Shador guy, right? Prior to the draft, who I wanted to pick. And then right when we got Jackson Dart, it was like that Shador hat came off, and then the Jackson Dart hat went on. And I have the approach, like I always tell people, listen, I don't care, that I'm in front of this mic, in front of this camera. I'm gonna come from a perspective of being a Giant fan, regardless. Like that's just how I'm gonna rock.
Yep.
And so Jackson Dart is my quarterback, and I'm gonna act like it. And I don't care about, what my opinion was prior to the draft. The truth of the matter is, Dart is my quarterback, and so I am not going to take this situation and try to play the "you're right" game, because I see a lot of that is going on. I'm not going to say every single time Jackson Dart doesn't look like the superstar rookie quarterback, anytime he touches the field. I'm not going to be like, oh, we should have got Shador or anything. No, that's my quarterback. I
Mm-hmm.
expected for him to look like a rookie. I expect for him to take these mental reps and to learn from Coach Dable's complicated offensive, play scheme and things of that nature. So all of these things that I'm hearing is pretty much what I want to hear and what I expected to hear from a Jackson Dart. I think a lot of fans get a little tricked up when they believe that Jackson Dart is supposed to be Jaden Daniels, or he's supposed to be I'm having a brain fart, but my man over there in Denver, like
Bo
I
Nix.
don't, yeah, Bo Nix, he doesn't have to hit the ground running for me, so I'm hearing good things. I believe that Jackson Dart is improving as far as getting the mental stuff down packed and just getting, his feet wet with the NFL speed and things like that. So I'm all good. As long as that is the reports, he's not looking like super garbage, like he doesn't absolutely belong. I'm fine, and I think I'm going to rock with Jackson Dart, and I'm going to act like he's my quarterback until proven otherwise. So that's where
Uh,
I'm at with
100%. Listen,
it.
and same thing for me. Like, and consider like that's our quarterback for the future. So we both like obviously got to tap into what Jackson Dart can be and what he will be.
Right.
But I really, really, really want to pump the brakes on him starting soon.
Oh
There's a
yeah.
lot of noise going on right now talking about him starting soon. I've seen reports of like he could start week 1.
Right. Right.
Please put this to rest, man. Russell Wilson is the starting quarterback for the team, and I'm actually kind of excited for what Russell Wilson can do. See a
Come
lot of
on, talk
people,
about it.
bashing what he did with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And once again, I think the Steelers weren't a great team. Offensively, they weren't a great team. And I think Russell Wilson is going to be a breath of fresh air for us. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
jumping off of that bandwagon until it's over with. Like I need to see us starting off. I'm not saying it's going to happen. 2-8 or something to completely get off the bandwagon. Like I
Yeah.
don't want Jackson Dart in there week 2, week 4, because I think that's where you kind of set him up to fail. I mean, the guy was taken late in the first round to kind of develop a bit,
Yeah.
sit down behind a Super Bowl winning quarterback, work with Brian Daboll. And I think next year is when he really gets the keys given to him. But until then, Russell Wilson's the quarterback of this team. And I think I'm sipping on that Kool-Aid right now. The only thing I can say with Jackson Dart, and you can let me know, is the aura there. I think the
Yo.
aura is there a bit, man. What
Come
you
on,
thinking
we
right
we've
now?
never had this. We've never had this. Like the swag that I call him J Money. You know what I mean? We gonna we gonna give him that '90s up top New York nickname. I'm gonna call him J Money. But I don't think we've ever had they say aura or the swag in the quarterback position like this, man. And that is another thing. And again, I've spoken about this as far as when I believed that we was going to get Shador at one point in time. I've spoken about it about Shador, how just I felt like it is important for this Giants team to get that, and I do believe we have that in Jackson Dart. So the swag that he's coming with, the relatability that he's able to have with the younger guys on this team, everybody tries to, it's a nice fun thing to talk about, but I think relatability, man, does a lot for your locker room, man, and he has it. He has it, so I'm rocking with it.
100%. And I think we haven't even seen the extent of, a reporter asking him a question and him giving a straight up answer instead of, the answers we got for the last 20 years. And I say that because Daniel
I love
Jones
it.
and Eli Manning's answers were like a mirror. Like they
Right,
hit
right, right.
and then say whatever they want to say. And there's a lot of deflecting. So we'll see
But
when it
see,
comes to
even
that team.
even when Eli used to do that, like, cause he don't like, let's not get it twisted. Eli had his moments where, as Giant fans, we was absolutely pissed on some of the things that
Oh,
Eli
yeah.
would do, right?
Yeah.
And then when he get into that press conference and he'll give you like that just real, just blank and boring ass answer, man, it will frustrate you. It will frustrate you. So some character is definitely what Giant fans, want.
It's gonna be different. Shout out to my guy. Just want to say the rookie class will determine if the GM and coach will be back. We best believe we're gonna talk about that. Shout out to my guy Money Mike, Blair
Money
in the
Mike,
building, Clint in the building,
Clinton,
Two Fire Lids. I think he's talking about our caps. Shout out to that. TP
salute.
non-Giants fans want us to root against Jackson Dart. Why would we do that? That's our quarterback, and we have to support him. People are insane if they think we're gonna do
Come on,
otherwise.
man.
They're saying the Browns might cut Shador. That is crazy, but just being transparent, we ain't no Browns talk, so we ain't gonna talk about that regardless. You can't undo starting a rookie quarterback once you do it. We've been asked for a decade. What's another season to see some hope build up? I agree
That's a fact.
completely. I think that's the sentiment through in and
That's a
throughout. I
fact.
mean, I'm not gonna sit here and talk about Daniel Jones to an extent, but that's what happened with Daniel Jones. We drafted him. He was supposed to sit behind Eli Manning, and 4 games in, boom, made that switch after we started off bad. So hopefully they kind of stay a little back from that
I do
overall.
want to speak to that about that Russell Wilson thing because I want to let this be known, man. Because I don't feel like there's enough people, man, standing with Russ. And
Like Case
this is
Saint,
the thing. when it comes to starting Jackson Dart early, right? Just play out the scenarios before you want Jackson Dart to be your QB1. And I'm talking to Giant fans. Like, just think about it. If we see Jackson Dart early, all signs are leading to things are not going good. And I don't know about y'all, but that's the last thing I want as a Giants fan. Like, that's the very last thing that I want. Because if we see Jackson Dart, that's either, knock on wood, Russell Wilson gets injured, Russell Wilson looks bad, or we're not winning games and Brian Dable needs to do something to say, hey, give me a little bit more time. So I'm going to put in Jackson Dart. So really all three of those scenarios are no bueno.
Yep.
So what I want is slow cooking in this thing, man. Let's take advantage of this opportunity that we haven't been able to have. Let our rookie sit behind somebody, a veteran, a smart quarterback like Russell Wilson. Let him learn. Let him pick up gems and jewels and things like that. And then when it is his time to rock, he will be well prepared mentally and physically. I think he has the attributes already. I think it's just all mentally when it comes to Jackson Dart. And then we are in a better position. Now, as far as Russell Wilson, and I don't know if you'll get into this, but I just want to make this statement so it is clear. Y'all got Russell Wilson mad underrated, and I think he is going to shock a lot of people. And I'm gonna keep it there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pull up a tweet right now. I've been trying to get a little more active on Twitter. Actually, it took it off. That's crazy. I pretty much commented. I think somebody had a list. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I got it right here. Let me pull it up. I got it right here. They had a quarterback rankings. This is Chase Daniels, a part of the crew. I'm part of my take. And in this list, they got Russell Wilson ranked 29. 29.
See, this is the disrespect I'm talking about.
And in the bad category. And let's just talk about some of the quarterbacks that they put in front of Russell Wilson. You got J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix, Drake May, Caleb Williams, Daniel Jones, Dak Prescott, and then you got Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco listed at 22.
Oh my God!
Bryce Young, Tua, Sam Darnold. The list goes on.
This is
Listen,
disrespectful.
I'm not here to make my argument and tell you that Russell Wilson should be in the top 10 or anything, but this is flat out disrespectful. I think we talk about it to an extent when it comes to being a New York Giants fan and being obviously a team in the New York market. Anything gets clicks. Putting Russell Wilson at 29 is because he's on the Giants. You put him on a different team, I guarantee they're not even putting him at 29.
Come on, man.
Especially considering the guy was in the playoffs last year. He wasn't the reason why they lost. Like, the offense was bad. Arthur Smith was the same guy that got clipped out of Atlanta, and the Steelers thought it was a good choice to bring him in. Also get rid of their star wide receiver they had last year, who was hurt down the stretch. They got rid of him. So, I mean, like, there wasn't so much hope in that offense anyways. They got rid of all the guys that were there. And, I mean, good luck with Aaron Rodgers. We'll see how that, completely flips. But, yeah, the Russell Wilson disrespect is crazy, and I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that Russell Wilson's going to be top 10 this year. I'm not. But I guarantee, compared to what we had, and I don't want to hinge on this game, but the Colts got waxed by a Drew Lock-led offense by us last year. Russell Wilson can't do better. Come on, let's be real. Let's be real here, man. People are crazy. Shout out to my guy Blair saying, everyone like this video. I need everyone to like the video right now.
Yes,
also,
sir.
pop in your questions. We're going to be answering a couple questions pretty soon. Shout out to my guy Born for Sports in the building. Appreciate you tapping in, brother.
Oh, hey.
And, Official Rainbow saying, don't know if I'm tripping, but at least off that list, he should be near Geno Smith. At least. I don't even think Geno Smith is a great quarterback, but, I mean, I was willing to ride out with him this year if he was going to slide on this team. So speaking of moving off of Russell Wilson and such, right? So we have the rookies that are in training camp right now. All eyes are on Abdul Carter. Has anything changed in your opinion on what we can do with Abdul Carter? Obviously, once again, we're not playing games as of yet. But have you liked what you've seen so far out of clips that you've seen with him? And obviously thinking about the rotation of the three?
Yeah, I mean, I like the fact that we have a direction. Like, we finally have an identity that I feel like is getting back to Giant ways. Because when I became a fan, I'm 31 years of age. And when I first became a Giant fan, I've always known for the New York Giants to have what I call a giant defense. Like we primarily that's always who we've been, you know, and I feel comfortable knowing that defense is the main focal point of our team. And so I think we're getting back to that. And I love that. That's why I feel most comfortable as a Giant fan because that's what I know. That's always who we've been. And so the fact that we are creating an identity defensively, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready to rock. Everybody is playing the offensive games. Everybody's getting these two number one wide receivers and all this other things. Okay, fine and dandy. What we gonna do is we gonna create a defense. We're gonna put out a defense out there that's gonna, you know, match whatever offense you put out there, and we're gonna say who's gonna win the game. And I like that. I like that. That's real New York Giant, you know, ish. And as far as Abdul Carter is concerned, he just adds to that. And he's going to be somebody that is going to be super difficult for teams to game plan for. Come on, man. Like, look at our defensive line. It is like no other. It is like no other. And Giant fans, I know we've been struggling, but it's so safe to play that modest game as far as like, oh man, I'm just not sure about what we're gonna do and da. That's that's fine. But what I do know is when it comes to this defense, we lit. And Abdul Carter's added to that, and that's how I'm gonna act until proven otherwise. So I feel good, man. I do.
100%. I agree with everything you just said right there. And overall, when you think about what this front four, this front, seven should be able to do against other teams, they have to win. I made videos last year, and trust me, right? Like, we got to make videos that get people to click on it, right? But I did believe that we had one of the best D lines last year, and this team just got even better. They should be even better. I mean, we dominated against bad teams. I want to see us compete against even better teams. Yeah. But Dexter Lawrence getting hurt really did change things. I mean, your best player. It's your best player, and he's out. That changed the trajectory of the season. We had Kayvon getting hurt, and I'm definitely going to drop a video on this pretty soon, but I think the underrated aspect with bringing Abdul Carter on, I really think, and don't get me wrong, man, I've been hoping for it. I think he lit a fire under this man right here, Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh, man.
I think drafting Abdul Carter
overall, talk about it.
Got Kayvon Thibodeau fired up, and once again, I don't know what it is. I feel like something's in the Kool-Aid now. Something's in the
talk about it.
I think he knows that the end could be near with him with the New York Giants. You drafted his replacement. That's what it is. Brian Burns under contract. Kayvon Thibodeau only got 2 years. He can easily get flipped this upcoming year. I think Kayvon Thibodeau should be playing with the light under his you-know-what, and hopefully he turns into a monster. Last year he got hurt. He's been out for a bit. And I don't want to see any injuries. Hopefully he can stay on the field. I just want to see all of them playing together. Because I think if they're all on the field together, man, this could be special. And especially for a guy like Kayvon Thibodeau, man. It's year 4. It's time to get it in. There's no more young rookie side. There's no more still trying to get it under wraps. It's time for him to turn up, man. What are your thoughts on that?
Man, I always say, first of all, look, y'all see right here, that's the KT5 autograph jersey. And it's not that I'm like this super KT5 fan. But I always say, man, y'all gotta stop underrating my man KT5, y'all. And I'm glad that everything has lined up to where it is now because there are many tangibles as to why I believe he is going to, prove to each and every person that has doubted him that he is him. Y'all don't think that this man hears the whispers of everybody trying to act like, he's overrated and things like that? Y'all don't think that he hears the whispers of everybody already trying to replace, Abdul Carter with him so quickly? Like, these things, I need y'all to understand, these players hear that. They understand what people are saying. And so if you have been following Kayvon like this offseason, he has made it clear. Okay, keep doubting. I got something for y'all this year. And so I love that attitude that I believe he's going to come with. And this is also just another player on this Giants roster who is, going into a prove it year type thing. And so I got my money on KT5, and I think that he's going to definitely do that. He's going to shut a lot of Giant fans and NFL fans up, period. So I'm excited for it. Let's go.
I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I just want to see it. I really just want to see it. But I'm excited, man. I really am. Shout out to my guy Born for Sports saying Abdul about to change his defense to another level. The league could find the hell out of the best front seven in football. First of all, I just want to say, I mean, we haven't seen the celebration yet, but that celebration gonna be cold. I'm letting y'all know right now. That celebration gonna be cold. I'm not even a Star Wars fan, but I know we all know what that means. Like that's crazy. Yeah, Washington is first on the menu, by the way. And shout out to my guy, Born for Sports, man. Make
Yes,
sure you
sir.
subscribe over on his channel as well. Salute to the chat.
Yeah.
Subscribe to both these great content creators. Stop playing 100% and subscribe to my guy, Born for Sports. We definitely going to have something cooking up soon. KT never thought someone at his position would be drafted higher than him while he's here. Listen, time changes so quickly. I think we can all remember when we drafted him and Evan Neal, where we were, what we were doing, and how hyped we were when we drafted them. And now looking at it for what it is, the league changes very quick, man. It really does. And speaking on a guy that you spoke a lot about right now, right? Saying, people talk about him. They definitely hear what's going on. Another guy that's, kind of expecting the same type of thing is Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt is making some noise right now because he's coming in a little different. As it says here, he's believed to add around over 20 pounds in muscle. The guy looks different. I don't have the photo. This is the older photo, but the guy's looking a little yoked right now. What are your thoughts on Jalen Hyatt and the noise you're hearing right now? Are you buying into it? Do you think he's able to actually make a difference this upcoming season? Or is it kind of like the same hype we had last year?
So like with Jalen Hyatt, yo, I'm done with like the pep talking because I feel like I did that last year. So like I have no doubt as far as ability and tangibles that he has for him to be the receiver that a lot of us believe him to be. I think he definitely is capable of being such. But the thing is, man, at the end of the day, it's all about Jalen Hyatt going out there and doing it, and whatever discrepancies that he's had with Coach Dable, whatever. I don't know what is going on because last year was absolutely crazy that he was just so underwhelming. It still hasn't fully registered with me. All I know is I don't care what he does at camp because we've seen him do things at camp last year. I don't care what he, says in the media. It's about doing. It's about going out there and putting it to action. And I'm not just saying this is all on Jalen Hyatt's, back. I'm talking about the coaches need to also do what they need to do to put Jalen Hyatt in the best position as well. So they need to get that relationship and marriage together. And I just need them. I need to see it do it. I need to see them do it, man, because I will not tolerate what we've seen last year. That was absolutely ridiculous, man. He's too good of a player. I believe that.
I agree too. I agree on that sentiment as well, man. I will say I'm kind of lower on the expectations because I just feel like last year I was hoping for that. You saw the clips during
Yeah.
training camp. He was making catches. We thought we were going to see more out of Jalen Hyatt. I do think the quarterback play might have held it down a bit, but the guy wasn't even on the field. So like you said,
Come
whatever it
on,
was
man.
with Brian Daboll, whatever it was in general, that needs to be squashed. And if there's any quarterback to get it done with him, it's going to be Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see
I believe it.
guys like I can't even remember. I think his name's Calvin, not Calvin Austin. His last name's Austin or something over there on the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. Russell Wilson has some deep balls uncorked to him. If that guy can get some passes like that, Jalen Hyatt should be making plays on this team with Russell Wilson. There's
Yeah,
one thing that people can't scrutinize with Russell Wilson. It's that deep ball, that moon ball. Everyone talks about it. You've been seeing Wan'Dale Robinson and other players talk about it. It's time to put up or shut up. That's what it is for me. It's year
yeah,
3. Like, I don't
yeah,
want to hear nothing about him being limited or even for the Giants' sake, right? Like, this is for the best of their draft pick as well. They picked him. The Giants didn't have to pick him, and they did. So if you should be wanting to put him out there and let him get his reps and start getting in now. Because if the time isn't now, man, once again, I just spoke about it with Kayvon. Time's coming up soon. This could be his
yeah,
last year if you don't see things really translating. What will it really be for other teams? You don't want to see Jalen Hyatt go to another team and all of a sudden be a good receiver, be a great receiver. Well, we had that sitting on the bench for a couple of weeks. Like that's just the part that irritates me. We know we have a couple of former, receivers, tight ends, Evan Ingram, that, go on and play better somewhere else. So I just hope that doesn't happen for us.
and
Not to my guy, Ghost Talk in the building. You go ahead.
Ghost, I see you, and I see my man Money Mike in the chat. Speaking about what the Cowboys said to the Cowboys coach or recruiter or whoever it was, and
Hmm.
what he said to Jalen Hyatt. That clip kind of went, around and it surfaced a little bit. But my biggest issue is that his rookie year, Jalen Hyatt proved him wrong. Jalen Hyatt showed that he belongs. Jalen Hyatt was on a trajectory of being the guy that we, thought he could be. So that's my whole issue with that whole, he can't run routes thing because he's proven. Now the other side to it is that you have last year where it's week after week after week of a long season, and you see no sighting, absolutely no sighting of Jalen Hyatt. So you mean to tell me after all of the turmoil and the ill, things that we've been through, there is no sighting of Jalen Hyatt? I mean that's disappointing, man. And I don't know. I can't. I really don't have a definitive answer as to such. All I know is he's capable, and I know that these coaches, you know, they they're there are people who I'm looking at as well because they also need to do a better job, man, at putting these players in the best position to succeed, and that's what I need for Jalen Hyatt, man. Point blank, period.
I think when you're looking at it from what you just said, we got to have the guy on the field and we got to have him making a difference. Now, shout out to Money Mike saying is 20 pounds of muscle going to make him a better route runner. Uh, that's definitely a funny take to have, but it is the truth. I mean, is that going to make him run better routes? Regardless, I will say, and this is my complaint, and maybe I'm complaining a little too much. I feel like last year, though, especially when he was on the field, he wasn't fighting for the ball that much, right? Like, because we know what is he out there? What is he running? He's running a vertical. He's running a vertical. There was a couple times that, yeah, Daniel Jones didn't put the ball perfectly, but go fight for the ball. Like, we need our wide receivers to go help their quarterback out. Once again, I'm not here to, defend Daniel Jones. I hate to continue to bring up the guy, but overall, I do feel like a guy like Jalen Hyatt, he wouldn't be able to put up a fight to go get that ball. Maybe a little bit of muscle will allow him to kind of hand fight a little better with the DB, not let the DB squeeze him to the sideline as much. That's what I'm hoping, and that's hopefully the muscle
But
changes that.
but that goes to also what I said about his rookie year. We've seen him a jump ball or two, more aggressive in the air.
Yep.
So that kind of tells me, you know, Jalen Hyatt also, and he kind of spoke to this to his defense, but that also says that Jalen Hyatt mentally just wasn't in the same place. He wasn't as hungry. The momentum wasn't there like it was his rookie year. Because, like you said, even the jump ball factor was just a little different. His rookie year, we seen him just a little more aggressive, more confident. And I think his confidence was definitely knocked last year.
100%. Shout out to Bone for Sports saying he can run routes. The issues with the route release at the point of attack and man coverage. That's why getting strong in the weight room should help him. Direct translation right there, broke it down easily. The weight should help. Let's just hope he didn't lose a little bit of his speed because that is his main attribute. I mean, that's what we got him for. He's should be the fastest guy on the field. My guy William Horton, shout out to being in the building. He said, "What do you think the Giants' record will be the first 4 weeks of the season?" Let's pull up the schedule real quick, just so I want to make sure I don't have any discrepancies when I'm reading this schedule. I do know week 1 is the Commanders. I believe week 2 is it the Cowboys week 2?
Yep.
Cowboys week 2, Chiefs week 3. Let me get it. I don't even got it in front of me real quick.
Man, look. I don't.
Yeah, I got it right here. All right, so we got Commanders week 1, Cowboys week 2, Chiefs week 3, Chargers week 4. First off, hearing that at back, I think we talked about it a little bit, or at least looked into it a bit. What are your thoughts hearing those 4 teams?
Yo, I promise y'all, I'm not tripping. I don't want y'all to think that I've been drinking before I got on camera or anything like that. But don't be surprised. And remember, you heard it here. Do not be surprised if we get out of this 4-game stretch with at least 3 wins. And I wholeheartedly believe that, yo. I wholeheartedly believe that. Washington, I believe that they are definitely a beatable team. I think that even last year, we were neck to neck with those guys. And we're definitely not as good as we like we definitely wasn't as good last year that we are this year. I think we also have a lot of momentum going into week 1. I think that we have, for the most part, have had Washington's, number. And I think ultimately we know how to just beat Washington, point blank, period. And like my man Born for Sports says, Washington is the medicine. All right. Anytime the Giants are sick, we go to Washington to, for the medicine. All right, to get that dub. I don't look at Washington in the same light that a lot of people do. Yes, they have gotten better over recent years and things like that, but we have gotten better as well. Washington is definitely a beatable team. Dallas, come on, man. I'm not scared of no Dallas. And I was the one who would tell everybody, I don't talk ish when it comes to Dallas because they have our number. But I'm looking at on paper versus on paper and what it's going to be week 2. I don't care what anybody says. We could win that game, man. We could win that game. And I think the momentum is definitely left out of that locker room. They have a new coach that they're dealing with. They have to get it together in 2 weeks before look, I think we can win that game. Chiefs, y'all look at the Chiefs as the big, bad, scary Chiefs. Okay, that's fine and dandy, and that's the safe thing that's the safe way to think. I do know that the Chiefs oftentimes start off slow. That's a fact. Also, that's our first home game of the season. And if I'm correct, especially if we win those first 2 games, guess whose momentum is going to be skyrocketed? Also, don't forget, there's been times, what was it, Tyrod Taylor that year when we had the Chiefs, what was it, Monday night or something like that? It was a primetime game, and we was really neck to neck with them. Look, don't be surprised if our dogs go hunt and we expose the Chiefs' weakness with that offensive line. And we go make Patrick Mahomes reconsider about coming out there to MetLife and how hard he should go, because we going to have a D-line that's ready to prove something. Look, this is all like fan and hopium talk. I know it sounds like it, but I really believe all of this stuff that I'm saying, man. So don't be shocked of anything. Like, if this happens exactly the way I'm saying it, just don't be shocked. And then what is it? The Chargers?
Chargers last.
Man, y'all heard what I said, man. I'm not even, look, if y'all think the Chargers is big back scary and they're just unbeatable, then hey, that's you. That's you. I don't look at the Chargers in that light, man. And I'm not even talking like, oh, the Giants is just that much better and we gonna go out there and look like this big bag monster of a team. All I'm saying is, best believe these teams are beatable. These teams are beatable. And so when it comes to those first 4 games, until proven otherwise, I got us straight up. And I'm not shying away from that. A lot of giant content creators don't want to talk like this, Juke, because it's the safe thing to do. I get it. It's the safe thing to do. And we have to prove something first. I understand all of that. And it's not wrong in that belief. But look, what we got defensively and the momentum that is on our side right now, they're going to have to show me that they can beat us first before I give anybody a win.
That's a fact. Listen, I'm clipping that right now. I'm letting y'all know right now. I'm not even clipping it. I'm not clipping it for giggles. I'm clipping it because, and I'm laughing because I'm ready to run through a wall right now. Sign me up. Put me in training camp.
Let's go.
I'm ready to run through a wall right now because I feel the same sentiment as you. I'm a little more conservative in the sense, like, if I'm a betting man, I'm not betting us to be 3-1. But I think Ghost said it. 2-2 is the floor to me, and I think we have to go 2-2 at least. And got to remember, 500 is not bad. 500 is not bad because we don't hang around 500 too often when you think about what we've been doing for the past couple of years. But exactly what you said, Commanders, I don't think they're all that. I think they caught fire last year, but I don't think that roster is extremely talented. I don't think I'm super scared of what they can do to us. I'm not. I'm really not worried about it. And best believe I'm going to get cooked up with Rio before the game. And we gonna be talking about that. I'm excited to talk about how the Commanders, you might not see them the same way you saw them last year. That's all I'm saying. The Cowboys, once again, if there's any time for them to be a little vulnerable, I would say, against the New York Giants. I think it's this year with the first time head coach, and especially week 2. Normally we play them week 1, right? If we
Yeah.
get a dub on week 1, heading into Dallas week 2, anything can happen, especially
Yeah.
considering that the Giants should be healthier than normal. Like last time the Cowboys and us met, we weren't fully healthy. There's been a lot of times that we're not healthy by the time we play these other teams for us to be fully healthy in the beginning of the season. And once again, they might not have their biggest groove either. They're not in the flow of things. They might not be firing on all cylinders. That's exactly what we need, honestly. Speaking about it for the Chiefs, I mean, you're exactly right. Yes, they are the big, like, known, right? They won the last couple Super Bowls, but overall, the Chiefs are vulnerable, especially coming off of that Super Bowl loss. I think the recipe is out there. Get after the quarterback. And what do the Giants do? Add so much to their front four that we should be getting after the quarterback. And
Yup.
lastly, I'm right there with you. The Chargers ain't all that. They're not. Go get John Harbaugh out of Michigan. Do whatever you got to do. It don't matter to me. The Chargers not all that. We just have to stop the run. And the Giants haven't done that a little bit, but we need to stop the run against the Chargers.
Yup.
I've been saying it. I think, man, Herbert's a little bit of a fraud. I've been saying that for a while. Yes, I was on the bandwagon when I said, yo, Daniel Jones got a playoff win and Herbert don't. But overall, Herbert's a little bit of a fraud too. We can definitely cook something up with the Chargers. So I'm ready.
Man.
I'm ready.
Come
The
on,
season needs to
man.
start today.
Let's
the season
go.
needs to start
Let's
today.
go.
Boy from Sports saying I got us 4-2 in the first 6. Man, let's get into it, man. We're
I'll
2
take
weeks away
it.
from training camp, man. I'm ready.
Come on.
Commanders Cowboys, I agree. We're not being the Chiefs though, bro. Just being real. We're gonna see it happen. Hey,
Come on. They're
it's
gonna have to
be
show
a Monday
me.
night. It's a Monday night football game against the Chiefs. Monday night or Sunday night?
I think it's Sunday night, I believe. I think it's Sunday night.
Cool. All right.
I know it's a primetime game though. I know that.
Cool. So I just realized I put in the wrong request on my job. I need to go fix that. That's what I just realized saying that. But best believe we're going to be cooking up. We're going to be cooking up that day for sure. Speaking about it, and this is the last kind of segue we'll touch on in here. Once again, I'm definitely clipping that TP. You got me ready.
Yeah, man. Let's go.
What are the expectations from my guy right here, Malik Neighbors? Neighbors heading into this year, I think it's super important for the success of this team. This guy's going to take another step. And I think people, when you talk about undervaluing, Russell Wilson, I think he gets coupled with Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors, I think, is going to be a top 5 wide receiver at the end of this season for sure. Like, I can make the argument, but people can say, cool, he's not right now. But next year, I want to see him being a top 5 wide receiver. And especially if this offense is going to be good.
Yeah.
This guy needs double-digit touchdowns. Where are you with Malik Neighbors? What are your expectations, and how are you feeling overall with him?
Yeah, again, each and everybody that is undervaluing Malik Neighbors. I seen Madden ratings, I think, that came out, and Malik Neighbors wasn't in the top 100 when it came to Madden ratings. Any lists that shows that Malik Neighbors is not one of the best receivers in the league. All of these things that I'm hearing about, everybody doubting Malik Neighbors, keep the same energy. And I believe that Malik Neighbors is the type of person that hears all of it as well. And I'm ready for this guy to go out there and shut all of that up. Malik just needs to stay healthy, which is the theme for everybody pretty much. But as long as Malik is healthy, I'm confident him versus whoever. And that's another thing too. When it comes to the NFC East wide receivers, I know everybody is all on their high horse about their wide receiver one. I'm a talk about mine. And Malik Neighbors is up there. He doesn't have the longevity to really, say who he's better than and all that other stuff. But eyes don't lie. And when it comes to the eye test, we know who Malik Neighbors is. And so this year, it's just about closing the gap and putting more onto his campaign as to Malik Neighbors is on a trajectory of being one of the best receivers that this league has seen. So all of this undervaluing Malik Neighbors, I'm keeping names. I hear all y'all, and I can't wait to see, what his sophomore campaign is going to look like, because I really believe that he is one of them guys for real. And like you said kind of earlier with Jalen Hyatt, you got Russell Wilson quarterback in this thing now, who believes in the whole moon ball, jump ball situation. What? That's where Malik shines at. Mm-hmm. Also, who's going to give him the ball in the right timing? Also, who's going to give him the ball in better situations to give him yak now? Because people don't realize what he does with the rock in his hand. Oh, y'all think y'all seen something last year? He hasn't even cracked the surface.
Haven't
So
haven't even. That's
keep sleeping. Everybody
That's
keep
the
sleeping.
biggest. That's the biggest thing I've been preaching right now, man. Like we saw what it was in that Colts game, and that was the only time we got to see him, with the ball in his hands with space. The guy didn't get to make any plays in space because guess what? The ball will sometimes just not be there or wouldn't allow him to continue to run his route, continue to pick up the ball with speed. Malik Neighbors is gonna cook this upcoming year, y'all. I'm letting y'all
Come
know right
on, man.
now. There's any jersey I need, right? Because right now I'm being frank, I got no current player jersey. I'm lacking right now.
I can
Saquon,
see why.
I
I can
got the
see why.
Saquons in the closet. I got the Daniel Jones in the closet. Eli Manning I got, but obviously he's not on the team right now. Neighbors is going to be that next jersey, and he's going to cook something else nice. I'm talking about it at work recently, and I don't even want to uncork this completely, but I'm letting y'all know, man, I do believe Malik Neighbors could be a better wide receiver for us than Odell Beckham was. Just being transparent. Odell
Hey,
had a crazy start to his career, but we know what had happened after the coming years, and he had injuries. I hope that doesn't happen to Malik Neighbors, but Malik Neighbors can't be as special. The guy came from the same university, and you've been seeing what LSU has been producing.
wide receiver, you.
And he played with 4 quarterbacks last year, y'all. 4 different quarterbacks. People want to talk Brian Thomas down here in Jacksonville. Yeah, Brian Thomas is cool. He's not Malik Neighbors.
Come on, man.
I don't care what
Come
nobody else
on,
says.
man.
I saw his comment. Shout out to my guy official saying a Vikings fan who has the best wide receiver in the league, but Neighbors is a dog. Definitely going to be top 10. I think he could be 4 or 5. I think that's his floor, man. 5 is his floor. And just naming off a couple names. Obviously, the top 3 consist of Justin Jefferson. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but CeeDee Lamb is tough. CeeDee Lamb always gives us problems. He's not the biggest guy. He's not the fastest guy. I think he's just the most polished. So you got Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. After that, I mean, who do you put? You put AJ Brown. I like Neighbors over AJ Brown, but
Oh
people are
shit.
gonna look at me crazy. People gonna look at me crazy. I don't care what it is. I know what stats have been done, but I think Neighbors is a better wide receiver than AJ Brown. That's just what I think. And then from there, I mean, where do you kind of group them after that, right? Is there any big wide receiver I'm missing?
Well, I mean, the thing is, I have AJ Brown on my list a little higher than that, but I think when you talk about CD Lamb, again, I don't really talk about Malik Neighbors being better than any of these guys just yet because he's only had one season, right? But I think when we're talking about trajectory and where just the eye test leads me to believe that he is going to end up, I got Malik Neighbors being better than CD Lamb.
Mm,
Also, for the simple fact that I think Malik Neighbors is a lot scarier with the ball in his hands than what CD Lamb is, as far as just playmaking ability. Catching radius, I think, what I'm gonna give it to Malik Neighbors if I'm gonna give it to anybody. Route running, I mean, Malik, his routes is just as crazy. I mean, so I'm trajectory rise. I'm telling y'all, I got Malik being like one of them. And I'm not going to argue with my man, the Vikings fan up here. Justin Jefferson is number one. I'm not going to front. Usually, I would get at somebody for coming up here talking big boy talk, you know what I mean, on the Giants stream. But you're not lying. So, Justin Jefferson is number one. But Malik is going to be one of them guys. Like
mm,
that's what the trajectory I got him, number 2 or something like that.
mm. I mean, funny enough, I think that's gonna be a debate we gotta touch on eventually.
Yeah,
I actually like Jamar at 1. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Jamar,
Jamar one.
and I got Jamar at 1. And when you look at what people were saying when Malik Neighbors was coming out, him and Jamar are like 1-1 as far as like their build, how they how
Yeah,
they
yeah,
how
yeah,
they
yeah,
how they act with the ball in their hands.
yeah.
Everyone was comparing Neighbors to Jamar Chase. So I mean, we'll see what pans out, and I want to see it on the field overall. But I just love that we got a dog on the receiver now. And once again, we're talking about Russell Wilson, but when Jackson Dart comes along, isn't it great to say that he has a star wide receiver to throw the ball to? We're not going to play those games saying that we don't have a receiver. Who is he throwing the ball to? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
Nah, we got like a guy,
yeah,
a important guy.
yep.
Shout out to Go saying pay attention to Fedoni. He's a sleeper when we talking about the tight end.
Facts.
Fedoni just picked up. I saw a video with him being talked about with Travis Kelce liking what he sees out of him, which hopefully it translates, man. Because I mean that was a 7th round pick for us. Official saying I got JJ1, Jamar 2, AJ4, CD, and I think it's a group from there to 10. Those are the elite guys, so we'll see where they fall. Last thing I wanted to touch on, man, and we just got to visit it real quick. Your top 10 list. I took a look
Yeah,
at your
yeah.
top 10 list. I just dropped mine yesterday. If you didn't check that out, definitely check it out yesterday. There's a couple of differences that we have in terms of who's where.
Okay.
But the first question I want to ask you, man, and I didn't put you up here to interrogate you. I just got
Nah,
to
nah, it's
wonder.
cool. You know, I'm with it. Let's go.
Russell Wilson wasn't on your top 10 list, man. Talk to me about it, man. Like, obviously, you put other players above him, but Russell Wilson wasn't on your top 10 list. What made that guy fall off of that list? And, where would you kind of put him? Is he 11, or is it a little bit before we get to that point?
These guys that is on my top 10, I think is just that special. I think that Russell Wilson is going to be looked at in a different light because of certain talent around him. What I need people to understand when it comes to Russell Wilson is I'm not expecting him to come out here and look like prime Russell Wilson or look like some type of magician or any of that. But I think Russell Wilson has enough tangibles to make what we have flourish. So Russell Wilson does the simple things that we've been missing. He does them right. And he's that veteran quarterback that I'm glad that is in the seat, but I don't have him being like this super special guy. Like he doesn't give me that wow factor, you know. In the same breath, and it's funny because this is just I'm talking and it just made me think of this, and we will talk about this another time because I know this is gonna take time. But I was talking about somebody brought up the Eagles and things like that, and I told somebody that you could put Russell Wilson in Jalen Hurts' spot, and not much is going to change. The only thing that I would give Jalen Hurts over Russell Wilson is his ability to run. Outside of that, there is nothing that Jalen Hurts can do that Russell can't. That's not a shot at Jalen Hurts because what he does in his system he does it very well. But I'm saying it's not special. It's not anything. What he just does his job well. I believe the same for Russ. I just think he's gonna come in here and do his job well, and everybody else around him will carry him, and Russell Wilson will put them in the best position. So that's how I look at it.
Hey, well, once again, I'm not here to interrogate you. I just had to wonder. I got my guy Russell Wilson at 10. I don't have a list the same way you created it. I need to do something like that. But
Okay.
biggest differences right now, and I'll get your hot take real quick on my list because I think I swapped it up a bit compared to yours. Russell Wilson at 10.
Okay.
Got Abdul Carter at 9. Tyrone Tracy at 8. Kayvon Thibodeau at 7. I got
Okay.
Javon Holland at 6. Paulson Adebo at 5. And then we got the same top 4. Brian Burns, Andrew Thomas, Malik Neighbors, Dexter Lawrence. I'm pretty sure we both had to think a little bit when it came to 2 and 3 with Malik Neighbors and Andrew Thomas a bit. I don't know if you had to think about it a little bit, but I think Andrew Thomas was so known to be the best player / second best player. It was kind of weird to put him at 3. But any quick thoughts on that list so far? I think the biggest thing, obviously, Kayvon Thibodeau, you have him at 5. I have him at 7. That's probably the biggest thing, but it was more from a point of like, KT, I need you to prove me wrong. I need you to prove me wrong and kind of show me. Any quick thoughts from that?
Well, real quick, I think a lot of the perspective that I was coming with when I made this list too is availability is the best ability, right? So Paulson Adebo and Javon Holland coming off of injuries, I just got to see what they look like coming off of that. You know, and I got to see the confidence, how they run, and things like that. I got to see all of this as far as coming off an injury. What are they gonna put out there? What type of product are they gonna put out there on the field? And the same thing with Andrew Thomas is we're coming up on another year of Andrew Thomas being who we know him to be, one of the best tackles in the game. But again, he got to be there. He got to be there, man. And we need a healthy Andrew Thomas. And so I think for that it kind of made it easier for me to put Malik just at two because I just that's one of the things, man, that scares me so much, man.
Mm.
Is just Andrew Thomas. You know, it just seems like every year we just don't know which week it is going to be, but every year we kind of expect Andrew Thomas is going to be out for some time. So that's what a lot of this list kind of stem from. KT5, I think he does a lot of things that people don't give him credit for that may not pop up on the stat sheet, but you know, again, KT5 is in a position to prove a lot of us wrong this year. So we'll see.
Need to see it. Shout out to we got Money Mike saying at the very least Russell Wilson is great for the locker room. I agree with that 100%. And official saying Mr. Unlimited taking y'all places. I sure hope so, man. It's been a dope stream on this Tuesday afternoon, man. Once again,
Yeah,
appreciate you for tapping in with me, man, and
yes,
appreciate
sir.
TP for jumping on. TP, let them know
Hmm.
where they can find you and what to expect from you in these next coming weeks.
It's your guy who was never lying, sometimes defiant. TP Wade the Giant, man. That is exactly where y'all can find me at. TP Wade the Giant, man. Each and every one of you who is not familiar, go subscribe, go subscribe, go subscribe. I am on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We are almost there, but I'm just going to keep out putting out content, dope content. And when this season gets here, man, when it is go time, I want y'all to be a part of this journey. All New York Giant fans that is tuned in and NFL fans, giant salute to each and every one of you. Juke, thank you again, man. Thanks for having me on. And I'm ready, man, because you know this is just the very very beginning. You know we gonna be chopping it up, man, because it's gonna get real this year.
100%. We got 2 weeks until training camp, and that's when things will really take place. And once again, I mean, TP touched on in the beginning, man. He gonna be pulling up potentially to one of the training camp practices. Definitely stay in the loop in that. If you're in the New
Yeah,
York area and you're going, definitely make it known. Comment under his video, comment under mine. I'm trying to make it out for one of those days too, so we'll see what gets popping.
yeah,
TP, appreciate you for jumping on. This isn't the
yes sir.
last time, and it's not the
Yup.
first time, so we definitely know we'll get things going. I appreciate everyone for tapping in. I'll catch you on the next one.